Welcome back to The Price of Business. I am your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. I think it's your business to be familiar with that, how to help your business grow. Sometimes you need talent from around the world. Sometimes you need, people that make a difference as far as your, growth of your company. And so having an immigration strategy is really important, which is why we have a contributor on our program. He's a regular contributor, Jon Velie, and he's with Velie Law. That's VELIELAW.com to kind of give us insights on that and bring us some interesting stories as well. John, tell us a little bit about your firm and then introduce us to your guest today.
Well, thanks, Kevin. Well, Velie Law Firm, we deliver the American dream. Our international award-winning firm can be found at onlinevisas.com. We provide immigration services to U.S. companies who want or need to obtain U.S. or international visas. We also set up companies for foreign entities coming to the United States or U.S. entities going abroad. We also obtain visas for foreign nationals who want to work or live in the United States.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And your guest today?
Oh, it's Bill Stenger, very exciting guy. Bill is the CEO of J-Peak Resort and the president of ANC Bio. These are two companies in the Vermont Vermont Regional Center. The Vermont Regional Center is the gold standard of U.S. immigration-approved areas that grant international investors that invest either $500,000 or $1 million into U.S. companies that create 10 permanent jobs for Americans the right to have a green card. And J-Peak is a 100% approval rating for over 800 investors since 1998. And I had the pleasure of visiting Bill and the J-Peak ski resort in their new Burke Mountain Resort a few weeks ago. I was performing due diligence on behalf of a Major League Baseball player's family, and it was very impressive. My kids loved the water park, and I'm sure Bill can do a much better job to tell us about himself and his company.
That kind of due diligence is kind of tough, isn't it, John?
Oh, it was rough.
Yeah.
Hanging out at ski resorts and water parks, it's
So, Bill, it sounds like you're kind of like an American dream factory, not only for those from around the world that would like to experience the opportunities that only the United States can, but for those who get jobs thanks to those individuals. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, the EB5 program is a great program from the standpoint of job creation and economic development for our region. The projects that we've done a total of 8 projects. We've welcomed over, as John mentioned, 800 investors from 74 countries. And the key is that the investor provides us with access to affordable capital to create jobs in a rural setting, which is what our part of Vermont is. The investor benefits from their green card and participation in a good business. We have access to affordable capital. In exchange for the job creation, that investor can live and work anywhere in the United States they want, and we see economic growth in our state, in our region, and it's really a win for the investor, a win for the business, and a win for the state because of the economic development and job creation that comes with it. And as John mentioned, it does work very well in welcoming families that invest in our project, but they have the right to live anywhere in the country they wish.
Very good. John, your question?
Well, obviously I found this to be a very solid investment for my client. Bill, can you talk a little bit about the opportunity? J-Peak was, I think, had 7 projects, right? You're on your 8th project at Burke Mountain. Can you tell a little bit about that project in ANC Bio?
Well, we have a goal in Vermont to create what we call the team economy, TEAM, travel, education, agriculture, and manufacturing. And we try to develop our EB5 projects along those particular business thematic ideas. So the hotel at Burke Mountain Resort is a beautiful mid-mountain facility that has market demand and is a beautiful location, will be a very successful business. And our ANC Bio stem cell research and clean room facility is meant, obviously, to be a technology manufacturing facility that will welcome technically skilled employees from Vermont and throughout New England. And each business does what the investor wants, which is provide a good return, and it also, of course, provides them with their green card visa. So our job is to create economic development here in Vermont, do it with travel, do it through educational development. We have a beautiful agricultural industry, but the ANC Bio is a great example of the manufacturing aspect of our state economic brand of that team economy, and we're part of all of that.
Yeah, by the way, I want to mention the website is jpeakresort.com. That's JAYPEAK resort.com. John, your next question?
Well, my question's kind of more of a comment. When I was looking at EB5 investments for this ballplayer's family, I looked at a lot of them. What stands out for Bill's project is that it's been around since 1998. A lot of these regional centers are popping up recently. And so how the project works is an immigration attorney like myself will put in a document that gets approved, and then 2 years later, they remove the conditions. And what the conditions are is, was the money invested? That's usually a no-brainer, but were the jobs actually created? And so Bill's entity has had their conditions removed 100% of the time. They are processing his visas much quicker than the others because they've been around such a long time. And another thing that's really interesting about it is that he's one of only two, I think that's what you said, Bill, one of only two regional centers that's owned by a government. It's owned by the state of Vermont, and so it has great backing. The U.S. Immigration Agency, USCIS, really respects them. They're on their 8th project, and what I liked a lot about the Burke Mountain Resort is that it's an existing ski mountain. It has a school on it that's produced over 50 Olympians, and people go there to ski all the time, and it had no hotels. So Bill's a sharp guy. He said that's what it needs. They're almost finished completing it, and maybe, Bill, can you talk a little bit about why that's such a solid investment and why investing in this hotel at this point is a no-brainer?
Well, the reason that this hotel is going to be so successful is the point that you made. There is no competition. And the hotel is located right in the middle of the mountain, right on the slopes, right next to a major lift, and there's tremendous market demand and no competition. And when you're trying to start a business, those are two pretty good components to a successful outcome. The hotel is beautifully built. It will open December 11th of this year. I actually was going through it, doing a construction tour this morning, and we're on the home stretch. We're painting and putting cabinets up and getting ready for our December opening.
John, we only have about 2 minutes left. Why don't you wrap up our segment for us? Let me one more time give the website for JPEAK Resort. That's exactly what it sounds like, JAYPEAK Resort.com. Go ahead and give your website, John, and wrap it up with about a minute left.
Yeah, we're located at onlinevisas.com, just like it's spelled, ONLINEVISAS.com. We're talking today about the EB5 Investors Green Card. That's permanent residence for people who invest either $500,000 in rural or underdeveloped areas like Bill has in northeastern Vermont, or $1 million in any other location. They get permanent residence. They can live anywhere in the United States to get this visa. We do a lot of these. If anybody wants any more information on the EB5 or any of how to go about that, just go to our website and drop us an email from there.
Good stuff. Thank you so much. When we come back, much more for you. I do want to remind you, best content here shows up over there at usdatareview.com, and this is The Price of Business.